What do you want to be remembered for? To your family, to your friends, to your kids and your future kids to come, and to society as a whole. Personally, I want to be remembered as somebody who helped create change in this society, somebody who helped create change for the greater good on problems such as racial inequality, gender neutrality, systematic racism, LGBTQ, and many other problems. I want to be the voice of those who are too afraid to speak out, the voice of those who do not have papers and are afraid of deportation, for those whose skin tone might get them locked up, beaten up, problems such as those. Much like Berkeley in the 60s, their movements and protests inspired me and motivated me to want to do the same. Without those movements in the 60s, who knows what this country would look like today? Who knows how society would function today? I give thanks to those students in the 60s, but in order to give thanks, I dedicated myself to do the same for the generations to come again, for me in the future, for my kids, for my kids' kids. I think it is my turn. I think it is our turn to come together like they came together and start creating change in society. In an article called Change Can Happen: Black Families on Racism, Hope, and Parenting by NPR, the article mentions, we are the ones who can explain this to our kids. I 100% agree. I agree. This generation is smart enough. This generation is intelligent, and this generation has what it takes to move this society to the next step. We are not going to put up no more shit. We're going to speak out. We are going to go out. We're going to peacefully protest. Sometimes we're even going to protest in a way that I don't always agree with. This article, the parent in this article tells his kid, you still have to exercise your right to say what you think about things. You can't be about things. You can't be scared and stay home. I agree. We cannot be scared. We cannot just stay home if we're afraid. We're afraid that the police is going to come and brutally beat us. No. If we all remain quiet, that's what they want. Change is not going to be created that way. If I'm afraid and the next generation is afraid and the person beside me is afraid, nobody's going to speak out. Nobody's going to come together. Now, this is my purpose, and this is what I want to do to create change in society. Being an activist isn't the only way to change society. There are many ways to create change. We all have the luxury of deciding what we want to do with our lives. Do what makes you happy. Do what you think is best for our society. Besides, it'll benefit your kids.